of the पर्यावरण संरक्षण गतिविधि श्री वर्गीस जॉर्ज, प्रेसिडेंट एडिटर द हिंदू, डॉक्टर G. गंगाधरन जी, a renowned Ayurvedic doctor and president CISA, Dr. Suresh Kumar, the author of this book and the reason why we all are here this evening, and Sri Dattan, managing director, India's the publisher of this book. Friends who have gathered here, namaskaram to all of you. I feel delighted to be here on this evening to release this book titled Fast Food, the Lure and the Trap by Dr. Suresh, with whom I have a very long association. It's also a pleasant occasion that we are initiating the campaign for a fast food free India. I am aware of the commitment and conviction of Dr. Suresh on this subject. As a pediatrician, he must have seen the adverse effect of the fast food on the health and well-being of our children more closely, and must have felt the need to alert all of us. I have had the opportunity to glance through a few chapters of the book. I can say that it is factual and brutal. He doesn't try to sugarcoat the effects of eating junk or what is termed as junk or the fast food. It gives the real picture and provokes us to act and act fast. In a good way, Dr. Suresh has decided to shake our consciousness. With research-backed evidence, it tells us succinctly how the fast food culture robs our youth of healthy life in the medium to long run, how it subsumes or gobbles up our own traditional and healthy food cultures, or how it threatens the very diversity we speak of so proudly. The book reminds us about the urgent need to focus on ensuring safe, healthy food for all people in an environmentally sustainable way. Friends, as per the research of the Indian Council for Medical Research report, the development of chronic diseases like diabetes, heart diseases and liver diseases are multifactorial, and eating junk food or processed food is one of those factors. The fast food menace has now spread all over the world, and no country has been successful in reversing the impact of bad food choices. Various studies indicate that products with high content of fat, sugar or salt may increase the risk of overweight, obesity or certain non-communicable diseases. Consumption of excess junk food, which are high in calories but low in nutritional value, can lead to an excess metabolic weight, leading to obesity and causing life-threatening diseases. The India State Level Disease Burden Report pointed out the alarming rise of chronic diseases in India, from 30.5% in 1990 to 55.4% in 2016. An unhealthy diet is attributed as a major cause of the rise in chronic diseases in the report. The National Nutrition Monitoring Bureau in 2016 revealed that over 33% of men and 44% of women in urban areas are overweight or obese. As rightly pointed out by Dr. Suresh in the book, India is at a vulnerable juncture of gastronomic warfare. As the book's byline says, can we save our youth from this worrying trend? The adverse effect of consumption of junk foods has a bearing on all, especially the youth, on whose strength we are backing the nation's prospects. The book explains dopamine and the impact of sugar on the liver, resulting in non-alcoholic fatty liver diseases. Epidemiological studies suggest the prevalence of these non-alcohol fatty liver diseases in around 9 to 32% of the general population in India, with a higher prevalence in obese or with diabetes affected. Friends, as the earlier speakers have pointed out, I would say that our eating habits, it has to do a lot with our lifestyle, even though you may say that it is food style. Because we are in a society, we are in a world where time has become very precious. So now what is happening is, when time becomes precious, people try to swallow, people try to have something gulped down, and we see the eating habits have also changed. Eating habits, when I say, I don't mean the food that they consume, the way they eat also has changed. In our olden days, I come from a village in Kerala, where our forefathers used to have their food before the sun set. And after that, maybe after 7 or 8, because there was no electricity in those days, people used to go to sleep. Then, early morning they used to rise, get up, get ready, go to their fields, do the work. I know persons in my village who were not so educated as per the present definition of education, but he would work for half a day, come back, have food, take rest, involve himself in various activities of the society. He had time to talk with everyone. In the families, we had better personal relations. The family members used to eat at one together, having food together, talking to each other. Now that is gone. Now in every house in Kerala, I can definitely see, I don't know the situation in other places, when the food is taken, obviously the TV will be on. Because you feel you do both your works together. You have the food also, and for elders you get the news. For others you see the TV serials. For children you see the comics. And now many mothers feed the children showing them the comics. I have my personal experience in many families where I go. The comic is put on, the comic serials, and then the child will be engrossed in the comic and some food is unknowingly passed into his stomach. Naturally, there will be the impact of that. So this slowly, having food without experiencing the taste of that food, without experiencing the content of that food, the purpose of that food. And now most of even I am not free from that, I don't say that I am free from that. We don't eat because we need. Many times we have to eat and drink because to socialize. I go to somebody's place, he requests me, have this. So, to see that I respect his feelings, I have something. I sometimes have coffee, I sometimes have Since I am not a person who consume alcohol, nobody has suggested me that. But those who have alcohol will be having that also. That is socializing. So in our country, food is related to socializing also. But from there we have gone ahead. In many of the Western countries, what I see is people stand and have the food. They don't sit and eat. So when they stand and eat, I have seen in the US cities, many places are there where food is there on the door, in the food, on the food pathways of the roads. You can stand there and have food. So we cannot have dal, chapati, rice standing on the footpath. So you can have something that is wrapped and eaten and then thrown. So how we can rectify that? How we can? I don't know whether we will be able to go back. Because the society or the world, nothing can be retrieved. What is lost is lost. That's my belief of the society. How we can address the issues that we face, how we can reduce the ill effects of the present way of life and dietary habits. Dietary habits are related to way of life. Way of life, when we say way of life, in our country we have father of the nation Mahatma Gandhi, who felt that each one should have a life which should be simple, not based on consumption, but now we have a life which is based on consumption. Consumption of not only food. If I have a Maruti 800, I will try for a Maruti Alto, which is a better vehicle. After that, I will go for a still better vehicle. So consumption has become the driving force. From the Western thought-oriented lifestyle of having all the facilities of life, better living means having more facilities. From there, is it possible to go back to the principles that Gandhiji proposed before us? There is a very famous story of his life, incident of his life. Many of you would be aware of that also. How he was so much particular about the consumption part in his life. He didn't have too many clothes. Even in Sabarmati, he was utilizing only that much of water that is required for him to wash his hands. Even though the Sabarmati would have enough of water. But those days are gone. How do we? So I would say that the fast food free campaign cannot be an isolated campaign. Fast food free campaign means it should be linked with our lifestyles and living habits. Living with nature, that was what our forefathers espoused and told us. Now, the other day the Prime Minister said in the G7 meeting that India, which has a population of 17%, our carbon emission is only 5%. Means our consumption levels, that levels cannot be compared with the rest of the world. But at the same time, there is a society in India also who would like to have a better living, who feels that I should have a better facilities, I should have more facilities. that laws can do the change, bring about the change in the society. Ultimately, it's the effort of well-meaning people, the efforts of the people who have this in mind, to see that the ultimate solution is going back to nature, living with nature, adopting the lifestyles which are sustainable, whether it is agriculture, whether it is health, whether it is food habits. So all these are interlinked. And in that context, I would say that Dr. Suresh, the book that has been penned by him, I would say that it contributes a lot. But I don't think that this can be considered as an isolated an effort. It has to be supported, it has to be complemented by efforts in various other fields, including agriculture or health, and ultimately in the living styles. As it has been mentioned here, in India for us, Anna is Parabrahma Swarup. Food is God and divine. That's why in olden days our forefathers, our father and mother used to tell us that whatever is served you have to eat, you cannot waste, you shouldn't waste. Wastage is a big issue now. Wastage of food, even though on the one hand we say that there is ultimate poverty, a lot of people who doesn't get food. There is a problem of wastage also of food. Tons and tons of food is wasted. In every hotel, when I go to the marriages in Kerala, because there are some 18 or 20 items on the plantain leaf, and half of them is wasted. So that's why all these things, whether a marriage, it means celebration, it means happiness, it's a happy occasion. But should we have all these things? Can we not have a marriage without having 20 items on the plantain leaf? If somebody wants it, okay. If somebody doesn't want it, he should be free to have it without that. So that's why I would say that the food is divine and this food is God. That was integral to our collective consciousness and our ethos. Gandhiji, as I mentioned, epitomized the Indian way of life and led it with purpose and conviction. His ideals are relevant in many areas of public action, including the area of food and nutrition, hygiene and cleanliness. His dietary habits are an excellent example of how to eat right. Mahatma Gandhi believed in simplicity and minimalism in all aspects of life, and food was no exception. He advocated a simple diet, consuming seasonal produce. Now we have kiwi fruits coming from in the market, it is there, as if we don't have fruits in our country. We used to have fruits of that season, but now we want fruits for all seasons. So that's why the habits which we have, it is driven by our habits. How do we change, and whether we can start it in the family? Ultimately, all these things have to start in the family. It cannot be started in symposiums, seminars, programs. Ultimately, it has to start from first person singular I. If I can bring about this change, then of course the rest will be taken care of by itself. So I would say that as Mother Shivaji mentioned now, the vegetarian eating habits have not gone. Because it is considered as, because vegetarianism is linked now to the social strata. So when there is that social strata, vegetarianism, when it is linked to social strata, to show that I am not from that strata, I become a non-vegetarian. The health aspect of vegetarianism is given a go by. So Gandhiji consumed seasonal produce, eating raw fruits and vegetables to maximize their nutritional benefits. Be it fasting for satyagraha or following a strict dietary habit, he practiced what he preached and harnessed the numerous health benefits from such a way of life. I would say that our Prime Minister has been trying to carry that legacy of the father of the nation and has been devising plans of actions in line with the vision of Gandhi. Whether it is Ayushman Bharat or the Poshan Abhiyan or the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan or the Jal Jeevan Mission, the government's vision has been to ensure a healthier and happier India. And in that context, I would like to mention about the efforts that's going on in the aspect of climate change. The negative impact of climate change is in front of us all. It has been affecting lives and livelihoods everywhere, be it in Kerala or in Himachal Pradesh. Today's newspaper reports, the TV reports say that there is landslide in Kerala as well as in Himachal Pradesh. The entire country is facing that such a major threat of environment. Our farmers are no exception to this, and the Prime Minister has been emphasizing. He recently launched the Lifestyle for the Environment or the Life Movement in June 2022. He has been saying that instead of organic farming, we should give emphasis on natural farming. Even the budget this year of 2022-23 has initiated the efforts for natural farming, bringing modern technology into agriculture, empowering farmers to diversify crops. Efforts are on to promote at least one village of every panchayat with natural farming. So the ultimate aim is to make agriculture sustainable. So in line with promoting sustainable agriculture, the efforts has been to, say for example, 23 we are celebrating as the International Year of Millets. Popularizing the millets and nutri-cereals. The United Nations have declared the 23 as the year of millets. Again, the initiative was by the Prime Minister. Recently, speaking at the National Conclave on Natural Farming, the Prime Minister called upon all to take a pledge to make Maa Bharati's land free from chemical fertilizers and pesticides in the Amrit Mahotsav period, and to take agriculture out of the lab of chemistry and connect it to the lab of nature. That was the call given by the Prime Minister. In line with the vision of providing holistic health, the government has been providing the traditional, nature-friendly Indian way of life. He has been stressing the need to relearn the ancient knowledge of agriculture and at the same time put it to effective use with the help of technology and ensure a better, healthy life for all. Given the fact that human and planet health are interconnected, government has adopted the approach of one world, one health. Apart from yoga, there is a valuable asset of traditional medicine in many countries of the world, including in India, which can be used for holistic health. The World Health Organization, I have been associated with CISA in the World Ayurvedic Congress, Global Ayurvedic Congress. And being a minister in charge of external affairs, I had the opportunity to interact with many global leaders on propagating traditional medicine. But there is a stumbling block of the WHO. WHO says that no, it has to be proven, it has to be scientifically proved, all such things. Now, the WHO has set up a global center for traditional medicine in Gujarat. This center will be a repository of information about traditional medicine systems, apart from encouraging more research in traditional medicine. The Indian way of life is the most sustainable and nature-friendly and healthy way of life. Evolved over centuries of our food and cuisine are an amalgamation of cultural diversity, native ethnicity, and unique flavor of each region. The food is eaten is linked to the climate of that place. The food is in Kerala is different from the food of Punjab. The food in the coastal areas of India is different from the food of the hilly areas of India, because it is linked to the climate, it is linked to the living situation of that place. So I would say that as Dr. Suresh elaborates in the chapter Traditional Indian Food, Vajra to fight the fast food menace, one must read it with utmost attention. Indian cuisine is time tested and enriched over thousands of years due to the intermingling of people belonging to different religions, languages and eating habits. Our food heritage is a mixture of art and science, and it is exceptionally vast and diverse. The research and evidence-based explanation in the book is a wake-up call for all of us. It forces us to change our lifestyle and dietary habits with urgency. The conversation about the impact of changing lifestyle and dietary habits cannot be limited to elderly people. There is a need to make this a daily conversation at our dining tables with the children. See that they adopt the right dietary habits and make them aware of the good effects of such habits. There is a need for both social and behavioral change in this aspect. We need to take a firm resolve to popularize the concept of eating right and bring people from all walks of life on this together. We need to build a Jan Andolan towards a healthier, happier India. We need to promote dietary diversity, and it has to be supplemented by creating nutrition literacy, especially among the youth. This book is an excellent guide to creating such awareness, and I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate Dr. Suresh on this. Promoting diet diversity and balanced diets, eliminating toxic industrial trans fats from food, and reducing consumption of salt, sugar and saturated fats are the need of the hour. We as a society must encourage local and seasonal foods and run campaigns to reduce the use of chemicals in food production, including safe and sustainable packaging. Thank you and Jai Hind.